Hi, today I'm going to review Surrender of a Siren by Tessa Dare, and there will be some spoilers. This is the sequel to Goddess of the Hunt, and this is, I believe, her second novel that she wrote. And this story follows Sophia and Gray. His actual name is Benedict, but you never really hear him referenced as that. It's just Gray. Sophia, if you watched my other review or if you read Goddess of the Hunt, was the girl that was the object of Toby's affection. Toby was the guy that the girl from Goddess of the Hunt was trying to get with, but it wasn't going to work. Well, Sophia realized she didn't love Toby. She just kind of got engaged to him because it was sort of expected of her. And so she ran away at the end of Goddess of the Hunt. And it picks up pretty much not long after that. She sort of stole money. She didn't really steal money. It's from her inheritance, but she's not quite of age yet. She still has to wait a few more months. But she took it early, took like 600 pounds. And so she is trying to get passage to Tortola, which is in the West Indies. I believe that's like the Caribbean or something like that, because her friend Lucy, the girl from the first book, has family there, and so she has an excuse, she has a reason to go there and pretend to be the governess for them so that she can find passage, because otherwise they're not going to take her. She doesn't have an escort or anything. And so she manages to get passage on a ship, and the owner is Mr. Grayson, and the captain is Mr. Grayson's half-brother. And so she's like, okay, this might be interesting, because apparently Grayson is a notorious womanizer. He has changed his ways, but he's a womanizer. And most of the book takes place on the ship and throughout the journey to the West Indies. It takes like a month to get there. And yeah, for the most part, Grayson tries to stay away from Sophia, mostly because his brother is annoyed with him, because it's like, you said you were going to turn over a new leaf. Don't be touching her or kissing her or anything like that. And so he's like, okay, I won't. And so he's trying to do good by his brother and, be the good guy he said he had turned into. And he tries to stay away from her. And to the book's credit, they don't actually do anything until more than 200 pages into the book. And that's not usually a problem if it's done well. And this is done quite well. You got the tension between the two of them, and the story's kind of interesting. When they do get to do stuff, oh my goodness. This book is a little naughtier than typical romance novels. It's not erotica or anything, but it's a little naughtier than your standard Regency fare. And I was I wasn't shocked or anything. I was just like, ooh, that's interesting. And of course it was amazing. And yeah, the chemistry between the two characters was really good, and the pacing was well done. I mean, obviously, in a lot of these books, they fall in love with each other like quickly and whatever, and then that's okay. And yeah, I enjoyed the story of it. I enjoyed the chemistry and the resolution of this. Unlike the first book, Goddess of the Hunt, where I thought that they could do a lot more with the story, I think that they did. For what this story was, I think it was fine with the way they did it. They could have had them be in the West Indies longer than they were. They were not there very long at all. But that's okay. I mean, at that point, their relationship had already been established, and there was no real point in them being there for that long. And I imagine they might actually talk a bit more about that in the third book. The third book deals with Grayson's little sister, Isabel, who has come to town, and Toby, who Sophia was engaged to, and she jilted, is trying to exact his revenge on Grayson because Grayson stole his fiancée. And so he's like, I'm going to steal Isabel. Yeah. Anyway, I'll get to that when I get to that. But yeah, I actually like this one a little bit better than Goddess of the Hunt. I think that mostly, I think the pacing was a little bit better. The chemistry was still good in the first book, but I think the chemistry might have been a little bit better in here because it was so drawn out. I wouldn't necessarily read it again. And again, maybe because just the getting to the point where it's a really good journey and you get to that point, you're like, yes, but you don't really want to go through it again. So there is that. My absolute favorite books are the ones that I can reread a billion times. The Bedouin series by Mary Balogh. I will reread that one a million times. I love that one. But these are some of Tessa Dare's earlier works. Her one series, which I'm gonna reread and do a review of because I haven't read all of them, the Spinster Cove ones. Those I can reread a lot because they're a lot better. But these are slightly earlier works, and it's completely understandable. And I would definitely recommend this. I love Tessa Dare. I find her works interesting, and the chemistry is always really good. And yeah. So yeah, I've seen these in these bookstores where I got these, and so yeah, you go pick it up, check it out. You'll have a good time with it. Like I said, it is a little naughtier, but it does take a while to get to it. So don't be disappointed if you're hoping for, the kissing and stuff to happen soon, because it doesn't in this one. But it's good, and yeah. So I will be reviewing the third one, Lady of Persuasion, probably next week. I seem to be getting through these really quickly. I can read them in a day, although usually what happens is I idiotically will start them only a couple hours before I have to go to bed, and so I only get so far in them, and then I have to finish them the next day. Oh my gosh, and then I don't usually review them until the day after. But yeah, so I hope you found this helpful, and I will talk to you later. Bye.